Hi, welcome to the Marvel Heroes stream today. I'm Ryan Collins, Riolnir from the forums, the community manager. This is Ben Gilbert. He's our senior designer. We're here to show you guys Nightcrawler and Hawkeye and Cap.
Some might know me as the Art of Rar.
Yeah, he's also known as the Art of Rar. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So Ben Gilbert, the Art of Rar in the forums. He does lots of cool stuff, design, tuning, all kinds of fancy stuff. We'll get into that a bit later. But so we're going to show off Nightcrawler, and we're going to switch to the game now.
Yeah, Kurt Wagner.
So Nightcrawler, obviously teleporting, awesome, X-Man, blue, fuzzy elf, swords, all that goodness.
Yep, he's awesome in that way.
So everybody, huge fan of Nightcrawler, obviously. Who isn't? It's kind of, you'd be crazy not to be.
He's my favorite.
He is your favorite. So
yeah,
that's what I wanted to transition into that.
Yeah.
So what about Nightcrawler made you so excited to design? Why is he your favorite?
So his mutant power teleportation lends really well to the action RPG genre because he's highly mobile and into melee. So he's all melee, which I really like. I like melee style dudes, just in games in general. So just his character itself is just a lot of fun. So that kernel, I think we preserved really well and expressed really good.
Oh, he teleports a lot.
Yeah,
like
to
say he teleports a lot is maybe underdoing it.
Yeah, maybe 20%.
Like maybe like 100.
Okay, maybe 100.
So basically, Nightcrawler's in our game. Tons of swords. If you don't know about Marvel Heroes, you can find all the info below on our Twitch channel. We're an action RPG, Marvel based. Created by David Brevik, the guy who created Diablo 2. You might know him. You might know that game. There's Nightcrawler teleporting and being awesome. So we're here to show you guys all this cool stuff.
Beards!
The people are very excited about our beards. We have a patch going live very soon. Our servers are actually not open right now because we're patching, and we want to show you this awesome stuff, so we're doing it internally. And people are very excited about our beards.
They're a lot of fun to wear as well.
Well, sort of. Yeah. Sometimes they get less fun.
They do.
All right, so we're going to show you Nightcrawler. We're going to jump into Midtown Manhattan. Midtown Manhattan in our game is a big open area with tons of enemies, always spawning boss waves. You play with up to 10 other players. We're going to play with other players here. We're going to get a party going, and they're going to warp to us and beat the crap out of some supervillains. So Nightcrawler. Let's talk about Nightcrawler. What is your favorite power for Nightcrawler, personally, that you designed?
The vanilla Bamf.
The vanilla Bamf, just moving around. Bamf around for us. Show us the moving around.
It's just
move quick and dirty, up and down. Oh, so good.
It's just super satisfying, very, very quick. It combos so well with all of his stuff.
I think that's something I really found super fun.
Yeah, it's so good.
Oh, I love his locomotion.
Yeah.
He runs on all fours, as he should. Him being the agile little guy that he is. He's not actually that little. He's like probably my height.
Yeah.
Much more lithe.
Yeah, he is.
So basically, the thing I really like about playing Nightcrawler is I know that's weird, is the basic teleportation in that you can combo with everything he does.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I teleport behind you and I do this, and then I move over here and I do this, and people are still talking about our beards and they're very excited. It is now, I think we are using beards as the giveaway. So our marketing, one of our marketing gentlemen, Michael, is currently doing a giveaway with our Marvel Heroes account, and the keyword is beards. So get on that.
Some beards.
We're giving out random heroes and costume boxes right now, so hopefully you win and get something sweet that you really want, and if you don't, that's cool too.
Yeah.
So let's go fight some stuff with Nightcrawler. Let's go Bamf and beat them down.
He's going to town.
And oh my gosh, he can grab stuff. He probably has some sweet items to make him super strong. Maybe less throwing cards for Nightcrawler. So something about Nightcrawler is that he isn't the kind of guy who he has tons of armor and tons of health, but he is invulnerable so often because of your active gameplay.
Right.
And that's something I really like about him. That's something that I think is really interesting and kind of not something we have a lot of in our game. Of like, his main form of mitigation is the fact that you are not going to be there.
Right. Yeah.
So,
it's all utility, right? So he's a little lighter on the static defensive statistics that some of the other heroes enjoy.
Right.
But yeah, like you said, he makes up for it in just bold, ridiculous utility.
Yeah, like I'm not there. Like,
yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't need to mitigate, or fortunately, I don't have to mitigate this damage because I'm not there anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm bamfing around. He has lots of stuff where you can bamf and just hit the entire crowd. Do you have Blink Strike there? I think it's your S.
Oh yeah.
If you want to on your next group of pack of mobs, try that out. because that is one of the most satisfying.
So good.
Still going on about beards, still trying to win some sweet hero packs. Something he has Bamf Beatdown, which allows him to, it's your H, I see, you have it on H. It allows you to bamf around one guy and take him out, which is...
Right.
I mean, if you want to speak to that one.
Single target spirit spender is what it's commonly known as,
yeah.
what we call it. And yeah, he just kind of bamfs it around a target, just beating the crap out of him.
I absolutely love that, in that, like, I don't know, it just feels so good. You're just like, oh man, like,
yeah.
Like, hey, Dr. Doom, sorry. Like, you might hit me every, like, fourth hit, because I'm in front of you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
We have 3,500 viewers, so doing pretty good.
Not bad.
Oh yeah, he also has, what I really like about Nightcrawler in another way is that he has stealth.
Right. It's his primary defenses, actually.
Yeah. So Nightcrawler in the comics, it has the ability to basically blend into the shadows so much that he is essentially invisible. It's a very classic, like, Chris Claremont old school thing. I was reading a comic over the week, like a couple weeks ago, where he, like, got knocked out into a shadow and just became invisible. And it's like, oh, I guess that power makes a lot of sense.
He's pretty dark blue. It makes sense. Right?
So if you want to speak a little to his stealth powers and show them and talk
about them a little bit. I think it's a good time to talk about the trees, right? So,
oh yeah, the different trees. Yeah, yeah. If you could bring up his different power trees.
Yeah. So the center one, that's his bread and butter. That's his teleportation. We find that builds are most likely going to use that as its core, which is appropriate, I feel. Like, he's a teleporter at heart, and that's what you're going to be doing a ton of. That's where a lot of his utility comes out of. And then the other trees are acrobatics, which is where the stealth mechanic lives. And we find that tree to be more defensive in nature. He has, like, some heals while he's stealth, so, like, he's catching his breath, hiding in the shadows, and then positioning to a good spot, and then jumping right back into combat, and other abilities that facilitate that kind of gameplay, that in and out. Which functions very well with his teleports. It's another dimension of jumping in and out of combat. And then his swordsman tree, which every Nightcrawler fan knows he likes the sabers,
classic Excalibur sabers and tool swords. Yeah, try out some sort, whatever your favorite sword attack is. And, so get in there and mix it up and put some bleeds on people and stuff.
yes, bleeds. Yes, so he makes people bleed.
As you do.
Yes, and lots of crits, so he's stabbing people through the heart and stuff, but occasionally watch for the opening and then go for it.
Yeah, he has two stances.
He does have two stances,
So he has, I don't know what they're called in this build because we changed them.
We changed them a lot. They're, let's see, they're the Advancing Guard and, what was the other?
Heartseeker is my favorite name.
Yes, that one is his crit stance. The other one is just more vanilla, like just running faster, hitting harder, and blocking attacks. Defense is what it is. Very, very fun. And then he has some area attacks in the sword tree as well. He also has a really solid execute.
Oh yeah,
really big spirit spell. So if you don't
double swords.
Yeah, it's another alternative to the Bamf beatdown that you referenced earlier. So he's got a lot of tools.
He has a lot to. Something that he has in common is that he has a lot of powers that have similar gameplay purposes but different feels, so that you can kind of customize him the way you want.
Exactly.
Because some people feel like, oh, this guy only feels like he has one kind of spender, and it's like, oh no, he has multiple versions of this. So whatever your favorite is the one you can utilize for that purpose.
Totally. And you can choose if you don't want to use a sword.
Yeah, you don't have to use swords. I've seen a lot of people saying like, oh, like I prefer non-sword Nightcrawler, and like some people like myself are big old school Excalibur fans. And Marvel Ultimate Alliance has one of the coolest cutscenes with Nightcrawler in Doom's Castle, which you can obviously do in our game.
Yes, you can.
So yeah, he also has the team stealth. I don't know if we talked about that.
He does.
Where if you want
it's
to
not a legitimately team stealth.
Oh yeah, it's the team. Yeah.
Yes, they get dodged, so it's a team component there.
Right.
So he helps his buddies out like he's wants to do, and yeah, he can. It's another stealth out for him.
He loves stealth.
He does.
He has some pretty wacky uniques. The item team made some fun stuff for him. One of them is a great white shark. If anyone's familiar with Uncanny X-Force with the Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler there. It's pretty brutal, and you'll have to see it in game because I don't want to spoil it too much.
No spoilers.
It's
too good.
Pretty good. It's
so
pretty
good.
sweet. It's just such a cool. I don't know. It's so ridiculous. But we had a lot of requests for it. I'm glad we made it.
Me too.
But yeah, I think something about Nightcrawler is that he doesn't feel like a typical melee player, like hero, and that is something that's really great about him. We're doing another giveaway with Bamf right now in honor of him.
Bam!
And no more beards. There's no beard in Nightcrawler.
No.
So something about Nightcrawler, besides just his pure mobility, is I think his pure mobility as a melee character makes him play nothing like any other melee character, because melee characters in our game have a interesting, like, they have to kind of be more tanky. They have to be able to stand in front of somebody and really get into it.
toe-to-toe.
Yeah, toe-to-toe. And Nightcrawler almost acts as a ranged character who's melee.
Yeah, he is the missile.
Yeah, he is the missile.
Yes.
And like I feel like we really nailed that. He has one where he throws the sword and appears on the other side and catches it. So he becomes a bamfing projectile.
He does.
So I feel like we really got the Nightcrawler is the missile. I think that was actually one of your guys' original design.
Absolutely, it was a pillar.
It was a pillar. Like, oh,
Absolutely.
he's the missile. Make him feel like a ranged character that you are the bullet.
Yes,
So-
we achieved that, I think.
Unfortunately,
Very
Moon Knight's not a
satisfying.
bullet. No,
He takes bullets.
he takes
That's
bullets.
what you mean.
We might tease a little Moon Knight stuff, as most of our community probably knows. I'm a big Moon Knight fan. I geek out about him all the time. We'll talk about him probably during the Q&A because hopefully we'll get some questions. So we're going through Midtown here. We're kicking some butt. We got Frankencastle here. We got it looks like Dexter Soy, Miss Marvel, which is a very cool. It's her chase costume actually. It's based on Dexter Soy's concept art for the new Captain Marvel. For the Captain Marvel costume, what ended up becoming the full armored modern costume. And so that was actually really cool. It's actually called Dexter Soy as a tribute to him. We have who else is playing along with you? We have, of course, Groot, Rocket Raccoon, and Groot in his Marvel Now full space helmet. We're beating up some hand leaders and some thugs. White Phoenix of the Crown right there, Jean Grey, destroying all the things with their Phoenix power.
Just tearing it up, man. Just bamping around, murdering as he sees fit.
I love that stealth. Yeah, he turns like a nice opaque, stealthy black. It's a unique VFX for him. Gonna fight some Sentinels. So after Nightcrawler, we have more to show you. We should show off his ultimate.
Yeah.
Let's that is the next thing we should show off before we switch from Nightcrawler, because I'm sure
Yeah,
people
get a bunch of
are
sheets.
excited to see that.
Build a nice terrain, and then kill them. Oh, there you go. Coming out the ground now. Unload.
So you can just basically.
Oh, you murdered him too hard.
Not enough people. Not enough people. You went too fast.
Oh no! Oh, there he goes.
So Nightcrawler kind of went off on he had a little happy time defeating people off screen there for a bit. So his signature, his ultimate, if you want to give a little bit of a spiel for his ultimate and how awesome it is.
There's a certain scene in a certain movie that we draw a lot of inspiration from. That would be X2, the first scene of X2.
Of course.
Yes, that's just the archetypical, Nightcrawler, just perfectly visualized,
just moving so quick, so fast, destroying the entire screen.
Space itself is not a hurdle for Nightcrawler.
I mean, yeah, that is definitely something that makes him a lot different than any other melee character in a game, is that he can just take an entire screen, because that is the nature of his power.
Indeed.
Like, he is just like, oh, I have to hit 50 people?
No problem.
Got this.
I actually live right next to each of them. Yeah, it's so good. So that's his ultimate.
So his ultimate, do you hold it, or you just click it? Or you click it and it just goes nuts for
and
a
he goes
duration.
nuts for the duration, yeah. And if there's only one target that's particularly tough, he'll just beat the snot out of him.
Yeah, so it can be used as single target as well, which is really nice.
Highly effective.
He also has his signature power, which is a capstone power for level 30. So at level 52 now, you unlock your ultimate for the new characters and characters we've gotten there with. And level 30 gives you something we call the signature power, which is something that is key to your character or your character's playstyle, but isn't quite an ultimate. Is that a fair way to, like, it's like, it is an exciting, something big, something that is a capstone ability, really. Like, that's the best, I think the best phrase
it's
for it.
It's the ultimate's baby brother, but it's still just as fun. It comes up more.
Well, yeah, it has a much shorter cooldown. Ultimates in our game have 10-minute cooldowns. It used to be 20 minutes back in the day. So yeah, you have to save them. But a signature is usually a range between like 20 and a minute, I would say, 20 seconds and a minute.
That's acceptable.
Depending on maybe the highest. I don't know if anything's a minute right now, but if there were, that's where it would.
It's conceivable. Yeah.
It's conceivable. It's something that was really crazy.
Yeah.
Really cool.
And his sig is to bounce around a certain number of times, and he gets a buff between them. So you want to like bounce to an area and you attack in an area where you vamped, and then you want to fight for a while and then vamp from that. So it lets you jump between a zone really, really fast and murder it as you go.
Well, something nice about it too is that you can also just there's a risk reward of utilizing the in between buff or just hammering.
Yeah.
There is just like, oh, I'm fighting a boss right now, and I'm fighting 30 guys. I need to clear the screen, and I want to do it really effectively in X defense, for instance, where they have a lot more health, so a signature won't do it. you can just go bam, 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 done. You're good. Like,
Yes.
it will do tons of damage. It feels really good. They'll come back in 30 seconds or however long that one is. They're all free range. So yeah, that is the basics of Nightcrawler. He is pretty exciting, pretty kind of complicated and kind of not in his own way, like
He's
which
simple.
is kind of what makes him.
Yeah, it's his
He's
pieces coming together that you're like, wow, he's just not here.
I saw a lot of feedback of like looking at it for the first time, and people were like, oh, like yeah, he has exactly what I expect when you look at his tree, and then you play him, and you're like, oh, like it all fits together like a yummy like pizza pie.
And then you start playing with the pieces, and
You're like,
order
what is
of
this?
operations,
Yeah,
it's
like,
oh,
oh,
man,
I can do this and then this and this. He has like little subsystems there, which are very nice.
He's awesome.
And so I think he feels really good. I'm really excited. He'll be back on Test Center. He's not coming out today. We're having the patch today, which has plenty of good stuff. Cosmic Terminals, the Cap and Hawkeye, level 52 reviews. But Nightcrawler will be next week. So he's not there yet. So don't be sad when you log in. Just sorry. But he'll be back on Test Center next week. We'll be able to play him and test him and give us feedback. We'll iterate on him, make sure he's absolutely perfect. I'm sure there are things that could be improved because that's design, right?
That's how it is.
I think I've heard
Iteration.
stories.
Yeah.
Heard stories about iteration from this guy named Doom Size. He just shows up sometimes and tells us all about it.
Oh man. Fun times.
I wonder if he's trolling chat and laughing at us.
I hope so.
He was.
Excellent.
Laughing at us. So if we want to move on to, I think it's probably a good time to start moving on to Mr.
Hawkeye.
Let's say Hawkeye. Let's say Clint Barton.
Oh boy.
I like Clint Barton.
He's good.
I'm all about Moon Knight lately because I'm very excited that we're finally doing it. But like Clint Barton, it's like him and Punisher are like two of my favorites. I don't know.
He's got
Something-
style.
I played a lot of archers in games. Like any RPG, it's like I can be an archer, I'm in.
Yes.
Any MMO, archer, I'm in.
They're good fun.
I love Clinton comics. He's kind of a jerk, and that's why I love him.
Mildly. No, he's not as far as you could go.
No, he's got kind of an attitude. Hawkeye by Matt Fraction is one of the best comics of the past couple of years. The game volume's a little bit loud. If you can bring it down, so they can hear us pitter patter on about cool stuff. Oh, you're already Hawkeye.
Bam.
So
That's sick
Hawkeye
costume.
here, we got lots of new cool stuff for Hawkeye. Hawkeye had, let's see, I'm trying to think. Hawkeye had a lot of AOE.
He did.
He had a lot of cool tools, but he needed just like a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I feel like this was a really good chance that you guys really brought him there.
Yeah, we felt like a lot of his kit had some redundancies, and we didn't eliminate them so much as repurpose some of his powers so that they could fill new space. For example, his trick arrows, we felt like some of them were stepping on each other's existence, so we kind of broke them into their own tool set, and I think they're all like, there's a real choice in which one you want to use most.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I think that's kind of what we talked about with Nightcrawler,
Yes.
where it's like they have similar functions as purely like, this kills trash. This is how I defeat many thugs in a room.
Right.
But previously, it was just that that's what they did.
Right.
And now we've given them a space where it's like, this defeats trash and also does this. So if you're playing this kind of Hawkeye, that's your deal. But if
Right.
maybe you don't really care for that and you itemize for this thing, this is your deal. So I feel like we've... we've been requested to have damage numbers turned on. Can you turn on damage numbers? Everybody wants to see all the damage being done. So yeah, Hawkeye definitely got given the tools he really needed to make every Hawkeye unique and special.
Yeah, and now you can actually like combo the different trick arrows, so it's
His trick arrow. We give him
a lot of fun.
We give him some new ones, of course. He obviously got new arrows. He something players really asked for was a new single target spirit spender, which was we gave him a 3-round burst where he knocks like 3 at a time. Just cha-cha-cha.
Yeah.
So good.
He's a beast.
It does bonus damage to bosses and elites because what else are you using single target on?
3 arrows on the same spot. That's a
Yeah,
lot,
exactly.
yeah.
Right in the head. He got. We're being watched. Dave, ladies and gentlemen,
Eyes.
David
His eyes
Brevik
are on
just
you.
gave us the death stare. So yeah, we pumped up his adamantium arrow and moved it to the archery tree I saw. Now it's the rocket arrow, which is a classic Hawkeye arrow. We don't have the boomerang arrow, and I'm insanely disappointed by that.
Oh man, maybe we can.
Well, I don't really know the gameplay purpose.
I don't know. Taser arrow is pretty good at what it would have done. I should think.
So Taser arrow is now electric arrow.
It is.
Because Taser just kind of felt,
It's not-
don't
that's
tase me,
sim-
bro.
yeah, don't tase me,
That's
bro.
not nice. It was
Chain lightning arrow.
chain lightning arrow.
If you will.
It's basically that.
Yeah.
Something about a boomerang arrow. So in the Matt Fraction series, I'm not sure if you. It's the most.
I like
it's the
the
most
covers a
modern.
lot.
They're gorgeous. I
They
have
are.
them on my desk.
I
You
know.
can borrow the comic.
I watched it. I'm
I
like,
have 9. I have all of the issues on my desk. I'm gonna give them to you right after this.
they're like
lecture.
noir but purple.
It's
like,
purple.
Yeah, it's so good.
So in that he brings back the old boomerang arrow from the 70s, and he tries to show Kate Bishop, which is the female Hawkeye, who we actually have something about. Ooh, very excited. So he tries to show her, like, oh, like, what's this arrow? It's like, oh, it's a boomerang arrow. And she's like, why would you want an arrow that comes back to you? And his answer is, because boomerang. And that is how I feel. Like, I would ask Doomsaw, like, can we do a boomerang arrow? And his answer was, why would you do a boomerang arrow? And the only answer is, because boomerang. Boomerang. Maybe he will one day get a unique arrow that causes a boomerang arrow.
It's possible. It's possible.
That's a fair idea.
Yeah.
Pat myself on the.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Because boomerangs, people don't understand.
Snap, that's one of his
respect.
new
Oh
arrows?
yeah, he also says respect the boomerang.
Yeah,
Respect it.
yeah.
You gotta respect the
You do.
boomerang. It's very silly, but it's great.
It's super awesome.
So what else? What other new things did we give him? Oh, we gave him the twin pin arrows.
We did.
So previously, Hawkeye had 3 basic attacks.
Yeah, and they were a little bland, we felt, because
Yeah.
it was just like shoot 1, 2, and 3 arrows, which, you know, was cool. But we wanted to spice it up, so we gave each of them their own flavor.
Yeah. So
The dual one, the Pim arrow that you referenced, restores health and spirit when you hit with them. It's pretty
makes
good.
you healthy.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah, in a weird Pim particle kind of way.
Yeah, sure.
Ooh. It's science. And then
Pim particle.
and then triple shot has some CC components in it, so that's cool.
And then his single arrow has the wonderful crit. Love that crit.
It's a serrated arrow.
Serrated.
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
Super
So that's the one you start with, cutting everybody up. Then we have, what other new tools? He has the rocket arrow we talked about, which is the big damage. He has melee.
Yes.
He has a new melee
we gave
attack.
him melee basic, so
I
now
love the melee
those niche,
basic.
the kick-eye builds, as they're somewhat known, it's a little more supportive.
If you want to show off the melee basic up close once this guy's down.
It's
So
such a good
basically,
animation.
I love the animation. So he swings twice, he can hit, and then he jumps in the air and fires a close range arrow.
Right in
so,
your mouth.
so good.
Yeah.
Right in the
so
mouth. Oh, that hurts.
good. Yeah.
No boomerang though, still.
No.
Sorry. So I'm trying to think. What other awesome new thing? We gave him his new signature. We have to show off his new signature.
Yeah. I'm not gonna spoil it. We'll just show it. It's from Stark Tech.
It's,
All new.
It's created by Stark himself.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a triple arrow.
You can do that. That one's pretty good.
This is
3-round burst.
3-round burst. Couple arrows right to the skull.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's your boss killer. Disengaging a little bit. So if you want to fire off the, put it in the center.
Oh man, and yeah.
So that is the Stark Tech Claimer arrow. It's firing all that wonderful, wonderful Hawkeye-colored shrapnel and then explodes. So it is based on, to some extent, the arrow from Avengers, where he puts an arrow in the Shatari's eyes.
Yes.
He falls backwards, and the arrow explodes in shrapnel. It fires shrapnel in every direction.
White hot death.
Yeah, White Hot Death. This is a greatly, greatly improved version of such, where it fires White Hot Death at the entire screen.
Nearly. The part that counts, the part where you want to put it. Yeah.
Oh, okay, not the entire screen. A lot of the screen.
Very much.
He also has maybe my favorite ultimate power in the entire game,
It's spicy.
because it is spicy is the right word. It is Red Hot Death.
It is.
It is not
Yeah.
White Hot Death. So would you like let us get to an area that is no not
You want-
let's
you
do
want
it
some
clear.
people.
Let's
Sure. It'll look just as
you got to
good.
really show off the beauty of the avenging arrow. He's using this is actually really cool. He's using Hawkeye's new unique Hawkeye's shades, which will summon Kate Bishop if you're playing Clint. But if you're playing Kate Bishop, it summons Clint,
What you do.
which is so good.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna be Kate Bishop. Actually, that's a great idea. So Kate Bishop.
And then booms.
we're gonna show off the avenging arrow. No, you don't need to show it off on mobs. Open areas a little better.
Bishop, so good.
I love
The
her.
scarf.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's based on the Young Avengers, the original.
Alright.
I think right here is fine.
Yeah, some death.
No, you're fine. You don't need. It's fine.
Oh yeah.
So
Boom.
show off the big A. Scroll down a bit, like run down. So he fires one arrow in this arrow, or in this case, she fires to represent her Young Avengers brethren. One arrow that splits into many arrows.
Millions
of Pym arrows, maybe.
Yeah.
That's a million is probably really excessive.
Yeah, maybe.
And then
That's
they
my favorite.
rain flammable oil on the
Right.
ground.
Right.
In which case, he or she knocks a flaming arrow, fires it at the ground, and ignites the Avengers A. And it, obviously, you saw that, but it is ridiculous and glorious.
It's so glorious. Glorious is the word.
Glorious.
It's better than glorious. It is.
So let's zoom in on Kate a bit. She's got a brand new voice actor. She's an enhanced costume. So she's got new voice actor. She's got these cool, sweet, new show-offs and stuff where she kind of has her sweet attitude from the Hawkeye book.
Stars and garters.
My stars and garters.
My stars and garters.
Thank you, Beast. Hank McCoy. When you get a chance, let's show off her. She also has. Have you seen the new melee that she has? She has totally unique melee. So
Hawkeye. And all of his friends.
yeah, she uses her instead of her bow. She uses her batons. Yeah, her like whatever. They are.
Batons?
I don't know. I think they're tompkins. They're kind of like tompkins.
Yeah.
And she just lays waste to everybody around her with sweet, sweet melee.
Yeah.
You can actually see them on her costume. It's on her left leg.
Such detail. Love
So
it.
good. I love it. I think this is one of my favorite enhanced costumes.
I'm Hawkeye.
Oh.
Not that one.
Oh, you got Lady Deadpool in the back.
Emotes.
Yeah, if you can actually see there, she had summoned Clint.
Yeah.
Because she was playing Kate.
He's chilling. Riding shotgun.
Her voice actress. I don't have the name of her voice actress with me, and I should have written it down because I just asked the producer in charge of that. You can ask me. We posted it on the forums yesterday. We talked about it, and I apologize for not knowing it off the top of my head right now because we have a lot of voice actors in our game.
It's true.
So let's see. Is there any other Hawkeye new powers? We refactored his kit quite a bit.
Yeah.
So he's
Quite a few of the passives got rebalanced and stuff. So putting points into builds is a little more friendly. Won't go into the nitty-gritty on that, but you can see for yourself. He's a starter hero, so
he's got to be fun and exciting. Yeah, he's he also has
flash bomb.
the flash bomb arrow.
So he does ninja vanish. Yeah, it's super awesome.
So he throws a flash bomb at the ground and goes stealth, so you can get out of combat. You
Right.
can heal up, whatever
And
you
his
got to
next
do.
attack hurts a lot more.
Oh yeah, he has.
Gets
It's
to a better position.
It's a
and
stealth shot.
then, yeah, exactly. Super
Let's
fast.
see something.
You do. Yeah, it drops the AoE. You and your buddies can hang out in it and heal up. Super good for X defense. Oh man, busting.
It actually
out
hits
the
pretty
sword.
hard. it's pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
All right, so what else do I'm trying to think? What other? I think he and she are pretty much covered. I think I'm gonna be playing Kate. I think I'm switching from good old Clint Hawkeye. And I'm moving over to Kate because it feels like a new experience with her. Something about her just feels good. I love her voice actor. So let's see. We have Captain America now.
Steve Rogers.
The good captain himself.
Commander.
Commander Rogers.
It's a big thing.
So let's switch over to Cap and show off what hit all his fancy new moves. What was the biggest thing you were trying to change with Cap? Like when you went into this review, because obviously Captain America's been in our game for quite some time, since basically right after I started working here on beta last year. So what was the big pillar for Cap's review? Boom.
We started with the ult. Yeah.
With the ultimate?
We did.
Just right out of the gate?
Right out of the gate.
Okay.
Yeah, we sat down. We're like, we need just a marquee ability that says this is the first Avenger.
Like boom.
Boom. Just that's where we started.
Technically, he didn't join to the fourth issue.
Oh,
Yeah,
bigger pardon. Bigger pardon.
I'm just teasing.
I'll flog myself outside.
I'm just
after
teasing.
that.
I just wanted to cover that.
I will learn.
No, I'm just kidding. It is his unofficial title.
Right.
He was an Avenger before there were Avengers, basically.
It's
He
true.
led the Invaders.
He did.
Which were the first Avengers, basically, sort of.
awesome.
But sorry, continue. So the
No.
ultimate, oh man, I can't wait to show
Yeah.
that. Not yet.
We did quite a few improvements in the last patch, so we just wanted to get him the rest of the way for this one. We gave him an interesting mechanic where he has a very strong defensive ability, a steroid, that's on a cooldown, but other abilities will decrease that cooldown as he uses them.
Right.
So yeah, it'll be this balancing act of like using that ability when it's right, and then using other abilities to bring it back into usage. And
So you maximize your uptime through gameplay as opposed to just through just having.
absolutely, we thought that was a pretty appropriate mechanic, to like have this cycle of we block and then do epic combos and then come back and block again. And
Yeah, I mean,
felt
he
like
also
a good
has
gameplay pattern.
He has a chance to block, and that also helps him. And like, he has a lot of good things that key off of that.
Definitely.
And stuff. And I really like that mechanic. Obviously, he still has his beautiful shield bounce, where you just dome everybody in the room.
Yeah. Yeah. He's
What,
really
what
strong.
kind of he got a lot of great new animations.
Oh yeah,
He
that
got-
was a lot of it. Is we wanted to just make all of his animations 10 out of 10.
Oh yeah, there's his single target finisher. Oh, here, so we're using also his new unique, in which you summon Jim Hammond, the original Human Torch. The unique is called the Invader's Photograph. It's we kind of did this in the Hawkeye one, hand in hand, to kind of just, I don't know, they just seem right together. So you can summon the original Human Torch from the Invaders, and he will fly around for you and burn the heck out of awesome stuff. Not awesome, well, bad stuff.
It's awesome to watch.
It's awesome to watch.
Yeah.
So he got new animations. We can, if you want to show off, we can show off some of his new basics. I believe Shield Strike. No.
That's good.
That is his. Yeah, that is. This used to be a spirit spending PB AOE. So he
Right,
would
you just do a
you
swipe.
just swipe and spin around you.
Exactly.
And now it is a basic attack for him, where he can hit everybody around him if you want to show it off a bit.
Yeah.
So it's got a nice big circle.
Yeah. It has a nice combo animation as well. So it's
I think is that the. Does he have a kick
satisfying.
on that one? I believe.
It does.
Yes, he does.
Mm.
He's got that kick. I love the kick.
It's
So
really
one of the number one animation feedback to Captain America for all of time was please give him a kick. And now he has two.
granted.
Boom.
Easy.
So he's obviously he's pretty beefy. He's pretty defensive. He
also has quite, that
He got-
shield does a lot of damage.
the bouncing.
Yeah, that's not.
You got the new basics, so you can kind of mix up the way you build him. The other thing is he got some sweet new AOE moves. So if we
The
want
basic is among them.
besides that, yeah,
Right. He
definitely
also has
that.
the single target Spirit Spender. Again, he was missing one of those, just like Hawkeye.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
has what is it called?
I forget what we called it finally. Did he have
We,
a equipment
we
thing?
settled on it. Yeah. Which can you pop up your power menu?
Awesome. Premium Strike. I think you actually just equipped it on your H.
Yeah,
Mistaken. Oh no, that's the charge.
That's the charge. No, sorry about that.
No worries. That's how that goes. There it goes. Just beat the crap out of people.
That's is that Vibranium Bash? Or-
Mhm.
Yeah, that's,
That's
what
right.
it is.
Yep.
He
That's
also
our
has
ability.
the executing the shield bash where he brings it down over the
Yes.
head. Classic
Like
Captain
the
America
bonk.
style.
Yes, a
The
nice.
bonk.
Yeah, just jack you with his
That
shield.
one's on the cooldown, but it has a big execute, so you get a lot of
Yes.
bonus damage for if they're lower on health. So it's
Yes.
something you mix in to like finish off elites and stuff like that. It's not something you're using all the time. It's really more about mixing it in and comboing and stuff like that. Was that Airborne Assault?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if we can show off that one
That
more time
one's
once it's
really
off
solid.
cooldown.
Another
This one,
new ability.
Yeah, this is a new ability that lets you basically clear a room real quick.
Yes, and
Cap
move about it.
Jumps up in the air, throws that shield down hard, makes a big shockwave.
Crater. Everything's dead.
I love watching Human Torch just follow him around.
He's here to.
Big shockwaves, feels so good.
Jeez.
He has one more AoE. The torch shield throw. Oh man. Equip the torch shield throw. It is in the bottom right. It is on the right tree.
It's like a
There's
shield
there you
flank.
go.
Yeah, there it is.
So if you want to give a decent view of this once these guys are down, so that the effects aren't covering it up. So it's a big PB AoE
Massive.
with
Spirit Spender.
iconic, super iconic shield throw pose.
Yes. The torqued throw.
The torque throw,
Yes.
yeah, that's a great word for it.
Yes.
Just destroys everything on the screen. That is my favorite new ability.
It's
Like I just want to go
really
around and
awesome.
just go enter a room and just like, oh, how you guys doing? And what I like about it is that the thing about shield bounce is it works well as an AoE, but it's really good as mostly an opener because when you're surrounded, it's not reliable. Like you can't rely on the shield to bounce around the guys that are beating you up.
That's true.
And like this gave him a really, really strong like, get the heck away from me. I want to do something else.
Yeah,
Like,
especially in Midtown, if you get surrounded,
yeah.
you can just clear it.
I
No
saw
problem.
somebody. I was playing on Test Center because this build has been live on Test Center for probably all of this week at least, and I saw somebody just mop up trash, and like every time we got into a boss battle, he did the torque shield throw for huge damage, and it's like, oh, where did all that health go?
Yeah.
All
And he
those
doesn't
elites just fell.
pop your defensive steroid, wade in there, and go to town. It's really solid.
So let us show. So he
One
has
good.
his signature, which it used to be his ultimate, but
Right.
it's heavily modified.
Yes.
So can explain a little bit about Fighting Spirit, I think it's called.
Yeah, so it basically is a very large team buff and team cleanse. So you
Team Cleanse. That was
pretty good.
pretty delicious.
Yeah. So yeah.
And basically, it's Cap rallying the troops.
Yeah.
It's saying, let's go kick some butt.
Yes. It doesn't have the res component. That's still on the ultimate, actually.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I really like
so,
that.
Yeah. Mhm.
So the ultimate, though.
Yes.
Oh man, I
No
really like
spoilers.
Hawkeyes. I was saying Hawkeye's probably one of my favorites. This
Hard
is
to-
a
hard to
really-
beat it.
This is so good.
Maybe
Like
too
between
intense.
this, Nightcrawler, and Hawkeyes, like in this 1 week span, we
You
have
can.
an intense amount of just crazy visuals.
It's insane. Yeah, you can take them.
Wait,
all,
actually-
for sure.
Yeah, so we got to walk them through this as you use it. So get ready.
Face the camera. Or
It's fine.
Anywhere you want.
It's more about the visuals than the. I believe they'll trust that this will just wipe the screen.
Yeah, nice.
So I
Love
think
that
you're fine.
area.
I think you're fine to use it here.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Yes. There's
So
whole.
Hulk comes down, Thor comes down, Hulk punches Thor off screen, Iron Man flies in and reflects his repulsor rays off of Cap and lets you just mop the screen at your control.
Right.
Like,
you just point the
does
beam wherever you
so
want.
much damage. Just
Yeah.
like, oh, hey, you want the Avengers to assemble and just destroy the whole screen? You're golden.
And then when you're finished, your buddies are like, "Okay, the coast's clear, guys." You go.
Wait, obviously, the Hulk punching Thor is the super iconic, classic Avengers moment after they down the big Chitauri like worm. I don't know actually.
Space shark
they have names
worm.
and I forgot what they are because of course they have names.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, it's all triumphant and great, and that's kind of what this is. Like they're like, yeah, Hulk just came in and Thor hit my shield and reflected. And then Hulk just knocks him out. It's so classic and
Flies off
jumps
the
away.
screen. Yes. It's so good.
He is, yeah. People are saying like, man, he looks so much better. It's like, yeah, he is pretty sweet.
We
Like,
put some love into him.
he got a lot of, I think, like things in all the right places. He got
Can be.
he got some nice condensing in his kit. Things that felt like redundant or different, or like not needed. But he feels much more streamlined, and he has a lot more. Like I was reading builds of him last night that were like super new and crazy because like, oh, like I'm a shield throw, like a torque throw
Yeah.
guy and stuff. It's like, oh, that really open. We really
It's got a
opened
lot of
him up.
mixing and matching going on, actually. It's really awesome.
It feels really good. I'm really excited about it.
Definitely on. Love that cap, Steve Rogers.
Let's
Go back to Nightcrawler.
let's go. Yeah, let's
Sure.
let's show off a little more Nightcrawler. Nightcrawler is so fun to watch.
It really is.
He's my absolute favorite.
Do it.
Go for it.
Elite cheats.
We got to use some little cheats. Sorry about that. As you know, Nightcrawler's not currently on Test Center, so we have to use commands internally to switch over to him because he's not available on the roster. I'm sorry you don't have these commands. He'll be available soon.
Movie magic, you understand.
He is moving very. He's going to be moving very quickly.
Yeah.
Are you? Oh, he's just that quick. Oh yeah, he has move speed bonuses and stuff. He's all quick in there.
Incredible Nightcrawler.
Yeah,
what do you
see.
need?
So let's just let's move around and just kick some butt. Let's try out all these best abilities. At least I know you have Blink Strike on S, which is the hit all the things on screen, which is my favorite power ever.
It's so good.
Because it's spammable and
Yeah.
it's maybe too good, but hey, I won't tell you that. Don't tell this guy that. He
Maybe
tunes
too
all the
good.
things.
I played him earlier, just so you know. Like,
You're just like,
cat is out of the bag. Yeah.
ooh,
It's okay.
whoops. We still have a week.
We
Just
do.
kidding. We're not gonna. Well, not that one. Somebody's talking. Oh man, this is all this awesome chat. We're talking about Tippy Toe's bow, which is a sweet, sweet Squirrel Girl unique that we're eventually going to make. It was one of the. We had the contest to create uniques
And
on our
I'm aware of
forums,
that,
and we got some wacky stuff out of it, and I love it.
yeah.
So good.
Get some lurking in there. As everyone wants to do.
Something. Oh, I wanted to. Something about Cap that was really cool for the ultimate.
Mhm.
If you're wearing the Avengers movie costume, so do they. And that is ridiculous.
Swaps out their costume.
It's so good.
No spoilers or anything.
No spoilers. Sorry.
It's kidding. It's kidding.
We never
You guys
did-
know. We trust you.
Oh, Nightcrawler's feeling got beat up a little bit.
Bamf bug.
This is why we have another week. He's not being released today, thankfully. He's got some bugs. Use all your ability.
Mash buttons. That's really worse.
So just switch the camera. We'll chat it up. They can see our glorious beards while you're fixing this. It looks like you're probably going to come back soon.
Yes.
So okay, let's talk about moving forward. There's been a lot of meetings lately about cool stuff. You just met about Daredevil.
We did.
So we're doing
Just
level 52 for Daredevil.
We are.
We probably can't tease too much, even though Scotto out there is probably in the chat begging us.
We're giving him love. We're giving him love.
I mean, obviously, the purpose of all these things is to maximize the fun for every one of these heroes from level 1 to 60.
I will tease one thing.
One thing. Please do.
Many people already know this, but we want to give him a combo point system. Similar, but not the same as Luke Cage. You might have seen that. But to give him more of a fighter feel, he builds up combo points and then finishers.
Like a ninja roguey man. Exactly. I mean, it's his thing. He's a ninja after all.
Right. And we're putting a lot of scrutiny into his animations. We want them all to feel great and
super impactful and
absolutely
quick.
Yes, quick.
So
quick is underscored.
I think quick is the right one because with Moon Knight, the big deal about all of his animations is that they're brutal. They're heavy, they're big, they're scary. Even though he's a arguably normal guy, I think is the most important term there.
Yeah.
He hits like a train when he wants to because he
bag of trains, perhaps.
A bag of trains in his hands
Yes.
with spiked gauntlets.
Yes, bag of spiked trains
and all kinds of gadgets and cool stuff.
Yeah, he does have those.
So let's go back to Nightcrawler. Seems like he's up and at him again. He's feeling a little better. We're gonna have to now. We have something. Now we have a video of a bug that we can go fix now. So thank you, streaming.
So good, so good.
Somebody would like to see a Moon Knight tease. We don't have any teases right now to show you. I think we gave a little bit there about his animations, what he's all about. He's all about gadgets, hitting really hard.
We know he has gadgets.
Yeah.
We know he uses his fists.
And
He wears white.
He wears white.
Absolutely.
He has a staff.
He does have a staff.
He what else? Throws crescent darts, obviously.
Yeah,
This is almost mean. These aren't really teasers. This is like what happens if you look up Moon Knight.
Got a comic.
Yeah, it's like,
in.
oh, who is this guy? Oh, he's kind of crazy. He's got some
crazy.
cool weapons. He wears all white.
Yeah.
Although he doesn't only just wear all white. He does have an alternate costume, obviously.
So later, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we'll get there. Maybe next stream.
Yeah.
Maybe next stream. It'll be like me on like a big leather couch with a tome talking about Moon Knight. No, I'm just kidding. That'll never happen.
Nobody must see the tome. It stays in the locked room.
Okay, so Nightcrawler, we're still kicking butts. We're still fighting in Midtown.
Yeah, not bugged out anymore. So
No bugs. No bugs. We're gonna fix that bug. Thank you for reproing that with video. It's perfect timing. Actually, it's not. So another thing that's going to be super fun that I've been playing Nightcrawler in a ton is Danger Room. Have you played Danger Room?
Oh yes.
Oh my gosh.
He's my fave.
So the community got a sneak peek at Danger Room recently, which is to say, oh my god, enemies.
They're everywhere.
And Hulk.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the Hulk fight.
D-Hulk.
So it's the Danger Room, obviously. It is summoning holographic things that want to kill you.
Yeah.
Because, well, it doesn't really want to kill you. It's trying to give you experience, trying to teach you the ways of a superhero.
Putting you in danger.
Putting you in danger.
Too much danger.
Which includes tons of bosses, tons of enemies, evil mutants, all kinds of enemies. Waves of 1,000, I think is one of the waves. It's like
cap, yeah.
1,000 enemies max.
Yes.
And you have to survive.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Yeah, good luck.
There you go.
Yeah. Man mode time.
So this is coming out, I believe, in February, and it also features Hulk as a boss, which is the coolest. It's just. It seems he throws cars at you. Yeah. He hits like a train. We'll get more of that later. We'll show off Danger Room some other time when it's a little closer. It feels pretty good.
I'm super excited about it.
So what's next? We have so much cool stuff to show off and talk about. We have cosmic terminals in this patch, which we're not going to show because they're really hard. And like, if you're not insanely geared and insanely stout with your hero, go away.
Yeah, just maybe later. Maybe
red
later.
terminals. There's always red terminals.
Yeah, that'll help you train for it. Yeah.
X defenses are really good. Ramps up pretty hard. So I think we're gonna move on to Q&A. Actually, did we want to show off Give me 2 seconds. If you wanted to, is there anything you would like to discuss before we move on to Q&A? Is there anything you wanted to share about how things you want to know about Nightcrawler's feedback? Poll the community. Like, what are you most interested in learning about Nightcrawler?
Well, we're
when
always
he goes
interested.
live on like Monday on Test Center Public.
Sure. Just how you feel about his tuning. That's something I'm always interested in. Is like, oh, this ability feels weak or this ability feels strong. That's always good information. Also, his game feel. We want to tune that up. It's already in a pretty good space, but if you find a power is sluggish in any way, he's supposed to have all those edges sanded off. So if you find it like, oh man, there's this hitch here, or like, oh wow, there's this particular map that once I go over this piece of furniture, my BAMF is weird. Like,
he's definitely unique in that way, in that he has
Yes.
so many ways to move himself.
he does. So
So-
any weirdness you find, which you expect there might be some, but hopefully not any. We'll see. Obviously, we found some just now. But yeah, we'll be working those out as we get them.
We have fancy engineers who
Oh,
are
we
masters
do.
of
They're
coding
masters,
things and
yes.
things I don't.
Wizards.
I'm a caveman, so I don't understand.
Yeah,
I'm just like, does it hit stuff?
Yeah, I got rocks back there, and they're like
Trying to make some fire.
that weird bearded dude going to town with this rock.
Okay, so let us. So
Oh yeah! Wow, everything's dying.
so
and it's all your fault.
Did you just destroy all the things?
Mm.
Oh, and he came
Bam.
back. Bam!
Oh.
I'm back. Feels good. I like the slight delay. It's kind of like, and okay, I'm back. Like, where did he get into all that mischief? All right,
So satisfied.
we
with-
have some costumes to show off.
We do.
So let's wait. Let me introduce what we're showing off. So we have 2 costumes to show off today. One of them was sold in the advance pack and is coming pretty soon. We don't have release dates. Everybody's going to ask for release dates. Release dates are pretty rough because costumes especially are like the slipperiest of all schedules, just because we make a certain amount at a certain pace, and we got to release them in a pretty timely fashion. So, for starters, we should show off Nightcrawler's alternate costume.
Sure.
So that is pretty sweet.
It is.
It's the classic Dave Cockrum style, old school X-Men with big shoulder pads. If you want to switch over to the game and switch to it. So
You
that-
read
this is-
comics. It's very much like that. Yeah, Incredible Nightcrawler.
The Incredible Nightcrawler, here he is. So let's switch back over to the game and show that off.
Oh, it's emotes.
So yeah, he has. I love the shoulder pads.
Me too.
It's so
I'm
classic.
totally gonna rock
It's
that.
That's my favorite.
Oh.
I really like the Manifest Destiny era of the modern. I think it
It's
turned out phenomenal.
sleek. It's so
It's very
good.
sleek. I think it really shows Nightcrawler still is Nightcrawler, even though it's not the oldest costume. It's the costume he wore when he died, but he's back.
Right. Very sad.
So yeah, this is my Excalibur Nightcrawler as I remember him. So after that, though, let's move on to the new teases, including the advanced pack costume, because Nightcrawler's awesome,
Yes.
and we have a lot of stuff to get through in the short amount of time we have. Okay, so the first costume we're going to show is the one in the advanced pack. As you guys probably know, or you don't know if you're not familiar, we sold the advanced pack, which includes 12 heroes, 2 costumes 1 month early, which are Wolverine, Fear Itself, where he was one of the mighty with the sweet, you'll have to see it,
Yeah.
and Gambit is Death was the Horseman of Apocalypse. The 12 heroes we've announced 10 of them, like Nightcrawler, Juggernaut, Psylocke, Moon Knight, obviously, Magneto, Venom,
Invisible
Star-Lord, Invisible Woman, and man, I'm going to forget somebody. I'm going to feel really bad, so I'm going to stop listing them.
Yeah.
Uh,
And others.
and
All
others.
more.
You can see it on our website. But so you have those, and you get this early, 1 month early, and it is the Wolverine Fear Itself costume, and it is very, very cool. So this is the modeling pose because it just got finished and approved. So we're showing you a super sneak peek, the Doomsaw kind that gets people in trouble, but not this time, I promise.
This one's safe.
You can see he has these awesome like molten claws
And spikes from his
and
body.
spikes. Why not? Tony Stark worked with the dwarven blacksmith split lip and
Fancy that.
with Odin's forge, and made these awesome sets of armor and weapons for all these awesome characters. He's gonna have a little bit of light source from all the molten and sweetness. He's pretty scary.
He's glowy as well.
He's very glowy. He's gonna be
Yeah.
scary. I love it. I'm very excited for it.
Me too.
I'm going back to Wolverine used to be my main, and I move around a lot, but I'm going back to him for this costume.
It's good fun.
The second costume is something we got a ton of requests for when we released this character. Last year we released Loki. He was a secret. Everybody
Right.
freaked out.
Super secret.
Like, oh my god, we announced him like 1 week before he came out. It was
Stealth
like,
attack.
oh, he's on test center. Good luck. Enjoy. Hope you love him. And so we got a number one request for that character was, where's Lady Loki? Like, are you doing a Lady Loki enhanced costume? And the answer is, of course we are. We
Yeah.
love doing the lady versions.
We do.
And here you are with Lady Loki.
Oh,
This is, it's so good. So the Dink from our forums made this model, and she's very proud of it, and she's been waiting to show it off. We're actually going to restart a thread for her to show it off because she's so excited for you guys to see. So I hope you enjoy the sneak peek. She's going to have her own custom voice, getting all recorded and good. Can't wait. We'll see you there. People are very excited, I can see.
yeah, she's awesome.
So now we're going to transition into Q&A.
My favorite.
We're going to take questions.
Oh, yes.
What do you want to take questions about? What do you want to talk about? Let's guide this Q&A.
Let's start with Cap. I want to talk about Cap, Steve Rogers.
Let's talk about Steve Rogers.
Yeah.
So, dearest watchers of stream, let us talk about Captain America. Ask us questions.
We'll answer them.
We're going to see when they start coming in because I can't hear where I am on here. So let's wait. Now we wait. Well, I can see where I am here. There's some great customs in here.
The
People are making some interesting. Here's the first question that's easy. Black Widow 52 review. Also in around February.
Yeah,
she's
absolutely.
next.
She's
She's
in
next on the
process.
list.
She is.
They already started on her ultimate. I saw them animating it the other day. It's very cool. I don't want to tease that yet. I think Doomsaw would get mad, even though he's probably already going to tease it while we're gone.
Well, it's his privilege, obviously.
It is his privilege. Okay, so Cap.
Forget Cap.
What can we ask about Cap? When does Captain America say Juggernaut will be playable? That's not nice.
That's a trick.
That's next year. Or
Yeah.
later this year, sorry. It's this year. I'm thinking,
It
is
is
it
this year.
2014?
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. American Dream costume. Yes, I'll spoil that. You know American Dream from MC2 Universe is a female. It's a female Captain America. We love doing our
Outstanding.
female costumes, as you know.
I've seen this picture.
1602 Cap. I'm sure we'll get there someday. Does Cap still have Quick Block? Talk about Quick Block.
Yeah, so we merged that into one of his passives. So he does have quick block, but it's also got a very large passive component to it, and that has the cooldown reduction effect from some of the other powers that he has. So yeah, he has a version of it.
Here's a version of it. It's
Yeah.
not the same. It's different. It is,
Yeah, it is different.
fancy new,
Mhm.
passive active.
But it is
which
high
I love.
mitigation, a high mitigation
Oh,
steroid.
and that's where his block comes in, his
Right.
chance to block, which is like flat, it doesn't even scale. So right out of the gate, you're a big manly man blocking
You are a manly man.
blocking full hits.
That shield's not for show. Yeah.
Let's see. Does your beard keep your face warm? Yes, it does.
Yeah, absolutely.
When will we announce the 11th and 12th heroes of the advanced packs? As soon as we're ready to announce them, and that's the honest answer. That's such a jerk answer. Like when they're ready to be announced. I hate that answer. I hate giving that answer.
When it's ready.
The honest answer is that we do not know. I just don't know.
That's honest.
Let's see. So many things. Winter Soldier
going
alt.
fast.
Winter Soldier alt. Winter Soldier's tough because Winter Soldier has guns.
Yeah.
We
A
do
little
have a new type of character thing coming out, which are team ups, which we'll
Mhm.
talk about more in the next few months. Winter Soldier might be a good opportunity for that. Doomsaw, don't kill me. Is Cap more a tank before, or more damagey than before? What did he gain?
So
I feel like he gained damage. I
He
feel like
did
he
gain
gained
damage.
damage potential.
yeah, if you were just pick one thing that he gained, it would be damage. For
Yeah,
sure.
I think so.
Yeah,
And
we-
he's always been pretty
Yeah.
stout.
Yes.
But his damage was like the thing that, like, oh, he could use
Definitely.
more ways to deal it.
And he got a lot of that in the December patch.
Oh yeah, we did
Um,
the big December patch where he
we
got
did.
the taunt and he got a bunch of other nice little
Yeah.
quality of
And we
life
put his
changes.
damage up to where it ought to be because of the delay on the shield. You know, there's some reward in there for him. But yeah, I think his defensive components were already up to par, we felt like, and we brought up the other part of his
Yeah, no, for
gameplay.
sure.
So he's a little more interesting in that way.
Let's see what else.
Captain Canada costume.
Captain he's not going to have a Captain Canada costume.
Star
Winter
Wars has
Soldier
costume.
Bucky summon unique. We'd have to have a model, so he'd have to be made somewhere else in the game. But it's not out of the question to have Bucky.
Koala
somewhere.
pets.
Koala.
I think it's pronounced drop bear.
They're drop bears.
Yeah, we were thinking about
So
it.
we should talk about that really quick. So we're for this weekend, we're doing a special Australia Day promotion where enemies drop koalas and Australia flags.
Yes, they do.
Just to, and they're worth credits.
Mm-hmm.
And we love our Australians. We have a good number of them in our community, and we wanted to be like, yeah, Australia Day. You deserve a little celebration, because nobody gives them enough.
It's Australia Day.
So there's no drop bears though.
No,
those are
really very
scary.
dangerous. Yeah. So
I
only say that in jest.
Somebody asked why Cap's Ultimate doesn't include Hawkeye and Black Widow.
It says heavy hitting Avengers. Oh, sorry. Whoops.
Well, I think the real thing was that we wanted to keep it to the core four, like the big guys who come in and do tons of AOE and stuff.
Yeah, to be serious, it ended our discussion for sure.
The
Avengers and then
the whole team.
Yeah, that ended up being a little ridiculous. It's already pretty ridiculous, but
it's kind of too much.
It is,
but in a good way.
It's too much. It's just too much. Too much. I need a box. It's so good, and so yeah.
I'm looking forward to Stingray coming out and all these other awesome lame Avengers from the 80s. I want them all to jump in. Just fill the screen with obscure Avengers that nobody knows. Like, Triathlon's here, and everybody's like,
what?
Like, who's this guy?
Dude,
it's like,
read a comic book, maybe.
He does things 3 times better. 3! Cap is only perfect. This guy's way better.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just went on a tangent about Triathlon, which probably 1% of our viewers are aware of.
I'm on board.
Emma's P5 costume is coming out. We're not going to show that here, but it's pretty cool. It's a Phoenix 5.
Some questions.
Oh my gosh, so many questions. Slow down.
Wider block area, so okay.
The Doomsday chair does exist in the game. It is the MODOK. I think it's coming with this patch. Let's see. May Parker, that would be cool. I agree.
Somebody said something about a big question that you need some content that can only play with good gear. Cosmics terminals.
Cosmics are
that's what you want, man.
You have to be a big, strong man.
Yeah, and even then, you just better.
Black Widow, I actually ran Black Widow through a Cosmic, and
is that right?
You don't have to be a man at all. She kicks serious butt.
Ladies,
strong ladies.
Yeah.
What else? Boop boop boo. So many things. It is really hard. When is Hulk Fair itself? That is not the next Hulk costume we're doing, but we've talked about it a lot. I love his bald head and his chrome chest.
I saw a question about Gambit. We're actually looking at Gambit now. We're going to be giving some QOLs. Which is
quality of life. For those unaware, yes. We use that a lot on the forums, and I guess if you don't read our forums, you probably don't know that.
Right. So we're on top of that for sure.
We're gonna give him some love.
We are.
He deserves it.
He does.
He's got nice hair.
He does.
I don't know why I said that.
He does have nice
hair. Somebody
that's
asked about Punisher's Greg Rucka costume, which would be the Cicchetto, Marco Cicchetto, the sweet beard and the cool hair. My favorite costume ever. I know they like beards. I can't read that. Yes. The Dink just came and asked if she can post Lady Loki on the forums.
So good.
Now she can. So you guys are going to get that.
Button has been pressed.
So for Cicchetto Punisher, he's definitely getting
Stanley playable character.
Maybe someday.
Best question in A.
So he's coming, but Punisher just got like 3 in a row. So that's kind of unfair. He has to wait.
Should have a Dave Brevik playable character.
Dave Brevik playable?
Yeah.
Somebody asked for... This is totally like waxing my ego. Somebody asked for a Mjolnir Wolverine unique of my beard. I don't understand that, but I like the idea of my beard just being in the game and just being eternal. It'd make an icon. It'd make a very handsome
just
icon.
Just a creepy little
beard. Spidey 2099 costume.
Ooh.
I feel like he wouldn't work as a costume.
Yeah, maybe.
We have to debate that. Maybe we could really enhance him so that he uses the claws.
Yeah, I mean, he's really different.
He's pretty different, though. Yeah. He didn't even really traditionally web swing much. He glided.
Yeah, he had the wings.
I love those things.
Yeah, they are.
I love them.
Sweet comic books.
I both love and hate the 90s.
Best of times and the worst
Lou
of times.
Lou Ferrigno Hulk, I don't think we can do that, but that would be the sweetest thing ever. Oh my gosh. I got a request for a Hasselhoff Nick Fury today. That would be super good.
That's intense. So many tears. Why so many tears?
Let's see.
Bovenheim. You asked about Bovenheim.
Silver Surfer, yep, he's coming too. That was somebody we forgot in the advance pack. The friggin' Silver Surfer, I don't know how we forgot that guy.
Oh, he's on our mind, that's for sure.
I've heard some pretty good talks.
Mm-hmm.
What about Carnage? Carnage is tough. Like, There's been talks about doing a costume for him, and a lot of fans have asked like for Venom to be able to dress as Carnage. But then there's this thing where we've kind of committed to not doing people who are just like solid murderers. Like,
Yeah.
just like, oh, like the thing I like is just murder.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not like, I never was a hero. Like, Venom is the Lethal Protector. That was his deal in the 90s.
Right.
That was like one of my first comics. I love it. But like, Carnage, it doesn't protect anything.
No.
So
He's
it's kinda
murder
weird.
incarnate.
He'd be a good boss.
He would be.
Maybe replace Venom? No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh.
That sounds like a lot of work. Sorry, whoever I just signed up for that. How about Wolverine with... how about a Wolverine Ultimate where Colossus throws you?
Ooh.
I joked about that last week.
Very good.
That
I
we
like
should
it.
have an Ultimate for Nightcrawler where you bamf in Wolverine for Colossus to throw.
We make jokes about that all the time. If you're like team with the Colossus, he like borrows you for a sec.
It's like,
for the
oh no.
Fastball
But yeah,
special.
that's something people have asked for, team up powers a lot.
Yeah.
And the problem is that our game, since it's like in an MMO and you're always playing with tons of other people, it's like, oh, I'm stuck in this team up power. And then I got defeated because of it. Not to say they're bad ideas. There just has to be some logistics worked out.
Yeah.
She-Hulk would be awesome. I don't know what our plans for She-Hulk. Probably not 2014. 1602 costumes when? As soon as they make it on the docket, I'm sure we'll do them. They're awesome. I'm checking on the status of things.
Squirrel Girl needs more squirrels. Interesting.
Squirrel Girl needs more squirrels. She probably needs some squirrels. How about adding Scorpion as a boss? Scorpion would be awesome. Big tail.
I love
seems
Scorpion.
I love that guy.
Oh, me too. Oh, it's so good.
The big like acid tail.
Oh, it's just
Super silly,
classic
but super
Spider-Man
cool.
villain.
Or he used to shoot lasers too.
Yeah.
I love Spider-Man villain. That's like the easy
They're the best.
easy win. Like, oh, you need a villain, Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Kraven the Hunter. Okay.
Think of an animal. Make it a
Oh,
dude.
done.
Yeah.
We got the Beetle. We don't have the Beetle in our game. Let's see. Rolk and the Symbiote as the Spirit of Vengeance. So it's Red Hulk. I don't know if you've seen this. This is the greatest costume request that is the most impossible. It is
Tell me more.
Red Hulk
hmm
with the symbiote, so he's Venom,
So far, so good.
as Ghost Rider.
Wow. Wow. That is many layers of death that just pile into a
I
thing.
mean, the question here is like, who is that a costume for? Ghost Rider?
Omni
I guess.
costume.
Like,
Yeah, sure.
You actually have to take all your characters and blend them together.
Right.
You get one tree from each.
Right.
No, that can't happen. I'm sorry. Don't listen to me.
Maybe.
Rune King Thor would be awesome. We're doing another Thor very soon that we'll probably be teasing. I've already teased on the forums. I'm getting notes, so I can't read them. Oh yeah. So yeah, we'll obviously be having another live stream soon. We'll be showing off more stuff. We have more costumes coming through
Yeah.
the pipe, getting them
Maybe
all
some
nice
more.
and posed. Moon Knight visually might be ready by the next live stream, so he'll at least be able to have a picture.
Yeah, maybe
He won't-
tease some stuff.
Maybe tease some stuff. We'll be able to show a little more.
Always
We'll prob-
prototyping. So.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting built out right now. Plans for... Oh, man, there's so many costumes that we're being... Questions that we're just being really bad and not... Hey, somebody call you
Lucky.
Ben. Quick. Oh,
Hey, Ben, quick question.
are we ever going to see any love for Dazzler? I love Dazzler. What do you think? Not this year, obviously, because we've already basically announced our 2014. If not as playable, like we are doing Team Ups, which we'll talk about. She's a perfect candidate. We actually talked about using her as an NPC recently, just because I just want Dazzler in our game.
Yeah, she's
There was a lot
OP.
of jokes about putting her in the nightclub in the beginning of the game. Like,
Just the
yeah,
DJing?
that'd
Oh,
be
that's
awesome.
that's
That'd be
pretty
super
legit.
awesome. Rune word tease. I think Doomsaw will probably be teasing an actual rune word. That is a system that is coming very soon.
Yes.
It has a new item slot, which is going to be live as of this patch, which is the Uru Forged item slot. You'll be able to enchant that with rune words. You can collect runes in the world. There's all kinds of crazy stuff. Well, we'll show that off pretty soon. I'm sure I'll get Doomsaw on here, which I'm sure everybody's excited for. Let's see.
Saw a comment about Daredevil. He will have trash clear, guaranteed.
Oh, yeah,
If
that
that
is
is a
like-
concern.
That is number one pillar.
Don't
Like,
you worry.
Boom.
Yeah, we got
trash
you
clear.
so covered. Don't want to worry about it.
There's some really good questions. Psylocke, Catherine Byrne, Black Knight. Psylocke is coming pretty quick.
She is.
She's coming along.
we're
She has
excited
some. There's some
about her.
designs out there floating around.
Mhm.
Doctor Strange is coming along.
Yeah.
He's March,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
So he's right after Moon Knight. So that is the only one I officially know the date of,
We're excited
which
about
is
it.
that Moon Knight and then Doctor Strange. With a little bit of mystical element there, kind of kooky dudes. But
Yeah, he's
one-
going to be pretty different than other heroes. He's a new space.
Yeah, I heard some pretty great workshopping.
Yeah.
I get to sit next to all the cool stuff.
Yeah, he's experimental.
Iron Spider. Iron Spider will definitely happen someday. I can't comment on a schedule, but I mean it's like the coolest Iron Man or Spider-Man costume ever. It's a Spider-Man Iron Man costume.
Well, I've seen it.
How do you beat that?
You don't.
Western Ghost Rider. That would be awesome.
Sure.
Totally agree.
Heimdall,
this-
playable character.
I love Heimdall.
I love Heimdall so much.
He's so
yeah.
good.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
I saw a question about playable Juggernaut. Will he be as big as the current one? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he's big dude coming in there.
You can't not do that.
Yeah,
I
the
mean, he has
model
to be giant.
that boss model is already awesome. Like it's like, oh, that's good. Ship
It's
it.
the Juggernaut.
It's the Juggernaut. He's so iconic. I just saw something about the battle van for Punisher. The answer is obviously.
Yeah.
Like
There's no controversy there.
Yeah,
It's
there's never been a battle about that. It's
No.
like, oh, so his ultimate battle van. Okay, done deal.
okay.
I mean, the
Pretty
way
straightforward
in
stuff.
which we do it can be argued, like
Right.
the play style and what it should do.
Yes.
But the fact that it's the battle van is just done deal.
Yeah.
What
Some
about
part of it.
Agent Venom? We'll see.
Ooh, we've talked
We'll see.
about
We've
that.
done some.
We have.
We might have some ideas. ETA and Juggernaut. I believe he's the second half of 2014. Don't quote me. Juggernaut's my favorite Marvel villain ever.
Wow.
I love that guy. I don't know why
That's
I'm
huge.
obsessed with that guy.
Okay.
I call him Juggy Man. Like I
Juggy
have
Man.
like a pet name for him. It's really sad.
Bros like that. That makes sense.
We're bros.
Yeah.
Nova will be, I think, about the middle of 2014, is what we've in that space. He's
Bruce
still coming.
Campbell,
we
playable
definitely we don't
hero.
care. We don't forget him.
Bruce Campbell is my personal hero, if that's what you're talking about.
If Chins Could Kill.
Oh my.
It's great. It's a great book.
Yeah.
I just saw Scott Lang Ant-Man. I'm sure we got to do Ant-Man some way. We got to do something with him. I hear he has a film coming out. Let's see.
Doctor Strange in March means that Moon Knight.
Paste Pot Pete as a villain soon. That would be awesome. Punisher's dog Max. I don't think we would do his dog because there's weirdness there with video games having dogs that can be just defeated.
Oh man, yeah.
It feels
awkward.
weird. It feels weird.
Yeah, I feel.
I think that's like a
I cry a little.
yeah. It's
Yeah.
one of those lines that only you have to have like an M rating to cross. Like, can I hit a dog? No, you should.
Ah, jeez.
And I really like that storyline though. Punisher had a dog. It was awesome. Like he saved it like 3 times. It kept getting captured.
Man's best friend.
Man's best friend. It's like his only friend ever. That's not true, but
One of the few.
I saw something about War Machine. War Machine would be awesome. I know he's really, really into the idea of War Machine.
Mm-hmm.
Just all the guns, every direction, all the time.
I advocate for
A walking one-off, if you will. Just like, how you doing? How's it going?
There's many guns. They protrude from his body.
Cap's motorcycle. We've talked about it.
Yeah.
Maybe in the future.
Hawkeye also has.
We
one.
also talked
Yeah.
about his air bike.
Yeah.
And it's just one of those things that we can only do so much at a time, and maybe it'll hopefully happen in the future.
It's always possible.
We talked about it. I mean, usually if we talk about something, it's probably going to happen at some point.
Right.
Harry Osborn has this. What would Harry Osborn do? Just be Harry
Freak out.
Osborn. He'd
Get
freak
crazy.
out. Oh,
Yeah.
turn into. I guess he could turn into a good Green Goblin.
Yeah.
Silver Samurai is not too old a character, although I don't know that we have plans to use him. He's pretty sweet. Master Mold I saw. That's one of the friggin' my favorite, like, stupid Sentinel villain. He's the Sentinel factory, but he's a Sentinel that produces Sentinels out of his chest.
That's a little OP.
Sits
That's
in a big
little
chair.
OP.
Somebody said raid boss?
Ship it.
Maybe. Could work. Sentinel factory. Battle Van, we already confirmed.
Spider-Woman.
Let's see. Spider-Woman.
Well, you know how
I would
we
love
like
to do
to-
Spider-Woman.
yeah,
we have team-ups and stuff. We have all kinds of crazy stuff coming for that. I saw something about Moon Knight.
Firestar throwback.
Firestar, we have a model for
We do.
Firestar. I
Yeah.
think she was an NPC at some point. I think it would be cool to have her at least as a team-up.
You bet.
Like, just follow me around with Iceman. Someday we'll do Iceman.
She was one of the
obviously.
Amazing Friends.
Exactly.
So yeah.
I really want that to be a thing. The
Say the word.
and the Amazing Friends.
Just say the word.
Somebody Deadpool. What about Deadpool? We have Deadpool. I'm missing stuff. When is Deadpool getting his review? I don't know if that's. I think like there's like a rough schedule that we don't want to share because it's rough and people get sad if we don't if it changes.
Yeah. I mean,
So it's like over the next few months we're trying to just get through all of them over the next like preceding months. So we're not too big on like sharing unless it's literally like next month.
Apocalypse SC in all caps.
Oh man, like in Marvel Superheroes with the drill, and the old the fighting game Marvel Superheroes with Street Fighter.
So good.
That could be so good. Gamora, maybe we might have plans. Fin Fang Foom, that would be freaking awesome. I just love that they're just spitting names at us and we're just
They are.
getting excited.
This
isn't even
just
Q&A.
keep going.
This
yeah.
actually isn't Q&A.
Just
This is
tickling
like
us with Marvel
this
awesome.
is like names and answers. Names and awesome. We're just like, yeah. Howard the Duck. Oh, Howard the Duck is coming. He's going to be a pet. We've teased that before. I'm so excited. He speaks. It's great. Somebody wants me to whisper multiple man in Doomsaw's ear. I have like 4 multiple man shirts, so I've already been doing it for
regularly.
like a year.
Guarantee
yeah,
it.
it's like,
yeah.
hey, multiple man could be great. It could be really hard actually. Pizza Dog and Tracksuit Draculas, of course. One day, I hope. Nightcrawler X-Force sounds good. I'm gonna stop. We need to get actual questions. We should probably answer a real question.
Okay.
Or should we should have like a closing discussion or answer real questions.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So
You
we're
mean
not doing
Nightcrawler.
Judge Dredd. I'm sorry, Judge Dredd fan. Jubilee. I love Jubilee. We just talked about her. Don't know what. We've already announced our heroes for this year. Basically.
We have, basically.
Okay, so real questions. Let's question on Nightcrawler. All questions on Nightcrawlers. We'll only answer questions on Nightcrawlers, and then we're gonna wrap this up.
We're going to focus it.
Focus fire on Nightcrawler, please. No, they're behind. They're behind. Do you want to start playing Nightcrawler in the meantime?
Switch on to
Age of Apocalypse Nightcrawler.
Oh, for sure.
Dude.
With the red eye, the scratch on the eye.
Oh,
I love the X-Force costume. We already did the reference. We have a shark unique, as people we already said. So let's see what else. Blink Strike. Will it channel into itself? It's a press once and it's a fire and forget,
Doesn't
right?
channel.
So
Yeah,
it doesn't
you
channel at
can't
all.
stack it. Yeah, it's just go and then it finishes. Then you can use it again.
It's pretty quick. It feels pretty
Yeah,
responsive.
he's using it. If you would use Blink Strike repeatedly,
It's S, I believe, right? I think I see the icon.
right?
Nightcrawler is 400 Eternity Splinters. So I saw somebody ask there. Let's see. Will his dots keep pulling him out of stealth?
No,
They
do not.
There was that bug.
They do
where
not.
it was
pull him out of stealth.
So you will be able to have your dots and stay in stealth. We fixed that. I don't think they got to see it actually because we didn't because he's not live on Test Center. We pulled him out, so we fixed that right as we took him off Test Center.
Yep.
Sorry guys. Let's see. What else? I'm crying that nobody can play Nightcrawler, but he has a week. Is Nightcrawler's teleport as good as Cable's? I would say it's better.
It is better.
It's cheaper, right? I think it costs less spirit, maybe.
They're both scaled down. They're similar.
Right, they're around the same. It feels it's better. It's faster.
His looks far better, in my humble opinion.
It's fair.
So there's that.
He's body sliding around versus Bamfing.
Yeah.
Bamfing is pretty cool.
It is really cool.
Why does Nightcrawler have swords? Nightcrawler has swords because Nightcrawler loves swords.
He does.
He's a swashbuckler. He used them a lot in Excalibur. He's using them right now in Amazing X-Men, which is fantastic, and everyone should read if you like Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
He's getting a series coming up. I'm very excited.
But if you want, you can just leave him there. It's fine. You don't need to use him.
You don't have to touch him. What influences you most? That one.
Oh, yeah. Nice name. Romulus. Outstanding.
You want to answer that one?
Draw from a personal experience.
Somebody look into you.
Reference to a game I used to play quite a bit called Aberrant.
Ah, I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah, it's an old White Wolf game, an RPG,
Oh.
tabletop RPG.
Oh, cool,
about
yeah.
Superheroes, yeah.
I used to love vampires.
So yeah, the inspiration for Nightcrawler's abilities, first most is X2, I think.
Yeah.
The comics also, like what his trees are. That's all comic stuff. And as far as Aberrant goes, teleporting and manipulating space, that's a big theme in Aberrant, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. So yeah.
I think it's
Pretty
fair
straightforward stuff.
that you were at least inspired by the old.
Yeah, one of my
Little days-
characters from that game, I made
Was
a teleporter.
he basically Nightcrawler?
He was a bit. He was way crazier though. We can talk about him later.
I'm actually really excited now.
Yeah.
Can we get a Nightcrawler swashbuckler? I can't imagine we won't at some point. He is a swashbuckler.
Dude.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
How much German does he speak? Not very much. Not very much.
Kleine Deutsch.
Oh, a scooch. One scooch.
Yeah.
Can he bamf his hand into someone's chest and pull out their heart? No, unfortunately he can't. That's a little. He's
You can do
kinda-
your sword?
You can do your sword. He's
Yeah.
a little nicer than that. He doesn't really rip out internal organs. Aberrant is excellent superhero RPG.
He does have dodge. He is dodge based. He also has a full mitigation
Oh, he has
as well.
the parry, right?
He
It's
does.
like called block or parry.
Right. So
Will
he
we
has
get
both of those
Azazel skin?
mechanics.
Maybe as an enhance, but he's pretty mean. He's a pretty mean dude. Although there's a new Azazel costume. It's very cool. The pirate costume.
Interesting question about the faith theme. We did steer away from it. We thought stances were more appropriate, and they kind of fit with his sword fighting style. And we felt like the religious theme was only in 2 abilities, and the rest of the tree talked about something that had nothing to do with it. So from a theme perspective, we decided to just merge it into and kind of focus what his trees were talking about. So that's why we decided to.
That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think there are characters in comics who have really strong backstories and themes like that
Right.
that don't necessarily translate to a combat game.
Right.
I
Like
mean,
Daredevil, he's not a
Daredevil's the same
lawyer.
way.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and he's a devout Catholic, and that's like one
Right.
of his big character traits, but it doesn't really fit in any RPG.
Right.
So, but I think the stances were probably a good way to go for that.
We felt so.
Let's see. Is he pure DPS? Well, he has a lot of DPS.
He is a lot. He is on the high end of.
And
range.
mobility. I think the mobility also is pretty key to him.
That will be a big part of using him well.
So let's see. What's the highest brutal strike? I don't actually know. Stark Tech is not this patch. Stark Tech is in the future. We have some pretty big plans for Stark Tech. Daredevil needs an objection attack. Like, that would be pretty great.
Alternate costume.
So we're gonna wrap up the Q&A as Mr. Marvel Heroes Man said, which is the wonderful Michael from the forums. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you for watching. We're going to be streaming probably much more, definitely much more. I'm going to be bringing in all kinds of crazy guests and random folks that worked on cool things. I was just talking to one of the engineers about an upcoming raid talk because he's working heavily on that right now.
So spicy.
So I'm very, very excited for that once we get to show that off.
Everyone is.
I'm glad that we could show off Nightcrawler. He's going to be out next week. He comes out on the 30th, around there. He comes out next week. You can follow us on Twitch, obviously, to see more. We'll be around. That way you can get the sweet email. We have Twitter and Facebook below. You can check that out if you're interested. If you're not already, of course. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Like I said, Moon Knight in the future, new costumes, all kinds of new stuff coming up.
Register to play.
You can register to play a game, marvelheroes.com.
Super fun.
We'll see you in game. We play all
That's
the
awesome.
time. We don't use our forum names though. We're secret. Heidi guys.
Stalker ninjas.
Stalker ninjas.
Agree
Somebody
with
asked
you.
me on the forums today if we've ever argued in game. Because
I do talk on social. I do.
No, I do talk too. I talk a lot in
Absolutely,
social.
yeah.
And they were like, "Have you ever argued with me in game?" And I was like, "That's a weird question."
It's a super secret.
The answer was thankfully no, because
Oh.
man, that would be awkward. Like,
Yeah, sure.
I
I don't know what you're talking about.
was doing an Ask Me Anything little thing earlier, so that would have been real. Like, sorry.
Cover equals blown.
So okay.
Iron Fist playable. Oh,
Iron
that's-
Fist. Oh,
Mm,
that'd be so good.
yeah.
He's currently, you can summon Iron Fist as Luke Cage.
Yeah, Luke Cage
He's got his
very
Heroes
much,
for
yeah.
Hire Bros.
Yeah.
Iceman excitement. I would love to do Iceman. I think he would be so visually different. And
Talk
like,
about him a lot,
distinct.
actually.
Yeah, I think he's one of those like, and Doomsaw mentioned earlier on the forums. He's kind of like one of those like pillar characters that we feel like we have to do. Like, there's no way around him. Like, he's so cool and so different. Cool. Sorry.
He's a big mutant. I see what you did there.
That was terrible. Okay, guys,
I'll
we're gonna wrap this up. We gave you guys sweet, sweet information. We showed off Lady Loki and all the good stuff. Thank you for joining us. This is Ben. This is the Art of Roar.
Yeah.
Thank him for coming and answering all your sweet, sweet questions
Yeah,
about
thank
Nightcrawler.
you guys.
I'm Ryan, and I'm
Aw.
gonna go on the
How'd you
forums
guys know
and
it's my
talk to you there.
birthday?
It is his birthday. I don't know who said that. Happy birthday, Ben.
Aw. Humbug.
Thank you guys again.
Once again around the
Good
sun.
night and goodbye.
Good night.
Good morning, wherever you live. I don't know where you live.
Thanks for the fun.
Take care.